Hey guys, what's up? It's Bunky, and today I'm doing a new video because this guy's out. He's a nice Blue Eyes tech, so I decided to make a deck profile with him in it. So this is the deck profile. Sorry I haven't been making that many videos because school just started. I'm busy with school, and then I'm actually working now at Domino's. Yeah. Once I get settled into school, hopefully I can maybe do like at least once a video once a week, but I don't know. It's school's really busy, so yeah. My idea with this deck was I didn't like a lot of the decks using him were guard dragon builds, and I felt like now that we know that Argapane just got banned in the OCG and our ban list is coming in like less than a month, that I don't really like playing, or I don't think guard dragons are the best, or they're going to get hit, I'm quite sure. So I wanted to make a deck that didn't have guard dragons in it, and also Nibiru's a thing now, so I didn't want to have to use all my resources just to get Nibiru. So this is more of a classic Blue Eyes, like back in 2016, 2017, whenever when they won the World Championship. This is more of a pure build. So yeah, let's get into the profile. First, 3 alternative. You can't play this deck even somewhat competitively without this card. You need to have alternative. Stay tuned for my budget Blue Eyes without this deck card. I'm just not finished playtesting with it, so just stay tuned and it should be out pretty soon. Then I have, of course, the 3 vanilla Blue Eyes. Can't play Blue Eyes without Blue Eyes, kind of self-explanatory. The 1 Dragon Spirit of White. I only play one. I miss the second one sometimes, and I do play Desires, so I banish it sometimes, which is kind of sad. But like, what can you do? And then we got the one Red Eyes Metal Darkness Metal Dragon. He's a nice tech. If I have a dragon monster, I can special summon from hand by killing the dragon monster, and then he once per turn can special summon a dragon from hand or graveyard. So he's just a nice play extender because I felt like this deck needed some. Talking about another play extender, Black Dragon Collapse Serpent. It's just a free special summon. I don't play the white dragon because there's not enough dark monsters in this deck, so I mean he's nice. It's just a free summon for Heavenly Spears because you need 2 dragons and he's automatically one of them if you draw it. Then we play the 3 white stones of Ancients. It's a okay card. And then we play the 1 Legends because we need Blue Eyes. It's funny. This card's probably like this card's theoretically better, but I would say this one makes more of an impact. Like, I can always just get a Blue Eyes. Like, this card is like, people say this one's better than this one, even though this one's probably better than this one, if that makes sense. But this one's just that one's really good. I'm thinking of bumping up to 2. I don't know. Then of course the 1 Gold Bulb, because synchros are a thing in Blue Eyes, so nice play extender. So that's all like the smaller dragon boys. Okay. Then we have 2 King of the Swamp. I don't play the Predaplant engine just because I feel like it bricks more, and this card's just more like, this card's straight to the point, where Predaplants, if you got the Lone Fire Blossom, you can get the 2 Predaplant cards, and yeah, you have you just got 2 monsters from the 1 Lone Fire, but you're using your resources more and it can brick more. So I just felt like the King of the Swamp is better. Basically, if you don't know what it does, you can discard it for a polymerization, or it can always be used as for like a material for fusion. So instead of having to use 3 Blue Eyes, I can use 2 Blue Eyes and like him to make an ultimate dragon. So this card's really good, and the cool thing about it is Dragon's Mirror. It specifically says I need to fusion summon from the extra deck with. I need to use a dragon monster, or I need to fusion something from the extra deck that's a dragon monster, but the materials from the graveyard don't have to be a dragon monster, so this guy can be used for Dragon's Mirror, which is very relevant. I'm thinking of bumping it up to 3. I'm not quite sure yet. So maybe I'll bump it up to 3, I don't know, but that card's very good. I personally like it better than the Predaplant engine, but I do see why people would play the Predaplant, just because it will give you some link fodder. But the problem with that was I found that this extra deck space is so tight that links aren't even that relevant. I think I play like 2 links. So yeah. Finishing up the monster, 2 Prankratops. I felt like this deck didn't have enough monsters, so this is like the best monster that's like a hand trap slash I can just summon it, or that sort of thing. So yeah, it's like it can be used to destroy anything, and it's just a nice, it's underrated, and this deck's going mainly or just about always second. So that rounds off the monsters. I think there's about I think there's 18. So here's the spells. 3 Melody, best card in Blue Eyes in my opinion. It's unbricks everything. 3 Trade-in, draw power. You kind of need it in Blue Eyes. 2 Desires. This card it's a +1, so you kind of need it because Blue Eyes can be bricky sometimes. So nice card. It'll almost always unbrick your hand. And then the 1 Upstart Goblin. There's this one tip that I say for just about everybody. If you're playing Pot of Desires, play the Upstart Goblin, because it's a card that you can banish from Desires and it doesn't hurt you whatsoever. Or you can Upstart Goblin into other cards, and there's this whole philosophy of why to play Upstart if you're playing Pot of Desires, but all I can say is just do it. There's no downside to playing Upstart, especially in Blue Eyes when I'm doing so much damage. So this is like search slash draw cards. Wouldn't really change anything there. Of course, the 3 Return and the 1 Monster Reborn. I didn't feel like that many Rivals cards were that necessary, because I'm Dragon Mirroring and banishing with Desires a lot of my cards, or my dragons, so Return was like the best revival card in Blue Eyes, so I just decided to max out on that. And of course the Monster Reborn I wanted to play, because they can just do anything, and just look at that, that's so cool. I pulled this one in my Golden Tin unboxing, so if you'd like to check that out, I'll have it in the link description or something. Those are my revival cards. Then we play the polymerizations. I have the 1 anime art, and then I have the 1 Legendary Collection Joey Wheeler first edition. I like this one better, but those are my polymerizations. This card's a brick, I'm gonna be honest, but it's searchable, so we technically play like 4 of them. You're going to not use it. You're gonna use Dragon Mirror more, but you need to play 2 because Desires could banish 1, and then you're just losing your plays if you banish both of them, so you have to play 2. I wish I could play 1. I'm thinking of, like, if I can find a way to take out Desires just to play 1 of those, I'm thinking of that. 2 Dragon's Mirror, this is like, you'll use this one more probably. It's just better because it can banish from the graveyard. And then we play, of course, the 2 Dragon Shrine, 1 Foolish. Normal builds only play 1 Dragon Shrine and 1 Foolish, but being able to access Blue Eyes in the grave or hand with Whitestone is so useful. So the 2 Shrine, 1 Foolish, I feel like is pretty good in this deck. And to finish it off, I played the 1 Dark Ruler no more and this 1 Skill Drain. I probably will take out the Skill Drain for the 2nd Dark Ruler. It's just that my 2nd Dark Ruler was at my friend's house right now. So I don't have it, and it's still like a $5 card, so for more budget players that don't have this, I mean, you should buy this card because it's really good. I only have 2. You can always go for the Skill Drain. I'm just showing more options because this is a nice budget alternative to this, or you can just play Effect Veiler or more stuff like that. But this card's pretty good in Blue Eyes because if this is like a win condition, a secondary win condition, because essentially if I get alternative max and don't win off the bat, if I activate this, it's just about game, because they can't unless they're playing like Sky Striker and they have like afterburners, they really can't take out um, a monster with 4,500 attack, and no effects are allowed when this card's on the field. So that's rounds off the 40 card deck. I don't have a side deck just built because I feel like side decks are personal preference, and wherever you are, your locals and all that sort of thing, that's the type of side deck you should play. So right to the extra deck. This guy looks so sick. I love the art. We are going to play 2 Blue Eyes Alternative Ultimate Dragon. If you don't know what he does, you need to have 3 Blue Eyes to summon him. So their names actually has to be Blue Eyes White Dragon. So why this is relevant is alternative. His name's Blue Eyes White Dragon in field or grave, so you can't actually use polymerization from hand. So what you want to do is summon the alternative and then polymerization, because then he turns into a Blue Eyes on field. But basically what he does is when you make him, he can pop 1 card per turn, or if you made him with 1 alternative, like its original name, you can pop 3 and then not attack with him. So it's nice. It's either pop 1 and attack, or pop 3 and not attack, because normally you'll make him with alternative, and it's just a nice, this card has so much, it can just it's kind of like Nibiru. If you can summon him and pop 3, your opponent's struggling and not in a very good position if they just don't outright lose in the next couple turns. So yeah, he's nice. You won't ever, 3 of them isn't relevant, so only 2 is fine. The one Neo, haven't seen him in a while, but the fusions are really relevant in this deck. So this guy's your OTK, so if you can only make this, he can attack 3 times, 3 or 2 or 3 times, I think it's 3 times per turn, and he's 4,500, so goodbye. And then when he's in the graveyard, he's like a Return of the Dragon Lord, so he's pretty good. I wouldn't ever play more than 1, because, I mean, some people say if you summon him, then you can use his effect to discard the fusion, the second one from your extra deck to grave, and then the one in the grave can protect it. But I feel like you don't summon him enough for that to be relevant, and I'd rather just have a different extra deck monster. And then, of course, most underrated, Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. It can just attack over things, especially because we don't play Borreload in this deck, because we can't, like, it's hard for us to get 4 monsters, and if we do have 4 monsters, 3 of them is going to be Blue Eyes, so, like, it's not relevant. So this card's like a nice replacement, and it's pretty easy to summon, especially that we have Polymerization. We can Polymerization 2 Blue Eyes from hand just to summon him, so it's a nice tech card. So those are all the fusions. Now to the synchros. 2 Blue Eye Spirit. This card's really nice because it can negate activations in the graveyard, so it just shuts something. It's like a floodgate, a mini floodgate. That's really easy for Blue Eyes to get, so it can shut some specific decks down. Like Orcus is one of them. Azure. You can summon him from this guy, and basically what he does is he's like a monster reborn every turn, and he protects your Blue Eyes from monster effects for the first 2 turns he's summoned. The one Michael, and then the one Crystal Wing, my Japanese one, because I like this one more. So you can summon this into this, or this into this, or this. So you do this into him, and then 1 tuner plus him equals this. And this guy can banish stuff. So that's my synchro line. Not as many synchros, but we only play the 4 stones and then the 1 glow up bulb. So yeah. Then we play more XYZs in this build. The 1 Hope Harbinger, in my opinion, best rank 8 in the entire game. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Then we play the Galaxy package. So this one, and this one. I decided to play this one instead of the mini cipher, just because it has 4,000, and that can be relevant sometimes, attacking over stuff. And the mini cipher is like somewhat more expensive, so I just decided to play this one for the budget players out there. So then you can attack her, then he can pop stuff. They're just a nice chain. I wish Blue Eyes would be a lot more competitive if Dark Matter was legal, but unlucky. So only 4 XYZs, and then of course the two links. This one, he can summon stuff from the deck, and he's like a negate, and he's a downward too, and you only need 2 dragons for him. So he's like in dragon decks, this is the best generic link too. And of course the Linkario, because this card's like in any deck that plays level 1s, you should play this guy because he's just so nice. He can get rid of stones from the field, and yeah, that's pretty much the deck profile. That's the extra deck, 15 cards. Yeah. So that's kind of the deck profile. I hope you enjoyed. Test it out if you think you like it. It's been pretty nice for me. So yeah. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Bunky. Peace.